Christophe Clugston, the Jedi Dog Master, and I'm going to talk about something. On the outset, it's going to be seemingly controversial. It needs to be said, and people who are going to respond by the title and not watching the whole thing, I'm not going to suffer ignorance. So watch and pay attention to the salient points here, because there's going to be quite a few. All right, Larry Krohn, the guy doesn't like to mention my name because he can't do what I can do. He tried a bogus fake quarter mile, sit, stay, recall. He didn't do it, didn't pull it off. Okay, well, among other things, he has a dog, German Shepherd, that he's been trying to get ready to do IGP because Larry is a frustrated IGP wannabe. The dog's leg got broken, and it was a bad break, and it looks like the dog is going to have one of this leg that's damaged amputated. This is all horrible. This is all bad. I don't know the exact reasoning of what caused it. There's probably accumulated stress too, fractures that added up to the major break. Anyway, that's not what this is about. This isn't about how horrible this is. It's horrible. The dog is the one that suffers here. This is about this part of it. Okay, so Larry, of course, has a big following of people who idolize him, like kind of a cult of him for whatever reason, his New Jersey attitude, whatever, his sycophantic attitude towards other people. He's a derivative trainer, he hasn't accomplished anything outstanding, hasn't done anything, and we're going to get into it here. So, Larry mentioned that his dog has to have amputation. And of course, in the United States, the human medical system is the worst on the planet. It is the worst. It's not the best medical care. People have said that, have not lived in other places with other medical care. I've been in 5 medical systems around the world, and the United States is the worst. It's the most profit-driven. So veterinarians have taken that business model. It's not a care model, it's a business model. So it's very expensive for veterinary care in the United States, which doesn't exist in other parts of the world. So when I came back to the United States, it's one of the big shockers for me is how little people actually care about the animals and how much they care about money. I thought you became a veterinarian because you were caring about animals and not after money. Otherwise, you would have gone into plastic surgery. Okay, so this is very expensive, and someone started a GoFundMe to help pay for the surgery and the rehabilitation care of the German Shepherd. That seemingly is okay, but a woman posted a comment that is valid, and this is where it gets into it. And this is where look, I am the Ralph Nader in the dog realm and the Kevin Samuels in the dog realm. I don't care if you like what I say is the truth and hard, cold, empirical facts. This woman said, how come it's only people like Larry Krohn that get help defraying cost? Why is it that there are other dogs out there and other trainers that are not known to you who are struggling, can't get any money to help any dogs? And of course, she was attacked by the sycophants. Now, psychologically, this is all very important. She's right. Number one, Larry is not in it to help dogs. What in the fuck is IGP going to do to help any rescue or shelter dog? Nothing. How many rescue shelter dogs does Larry have? 0. He says he's in it to help dogs. How many rescues and shelters are you supporting? And where in the world are they? I mean, actually in the world. Are you supporting any people doing work in other countries? I am. I have been. I got a dog out of the jungle. I swore to that dog an oath, and I have lived up to it. 5 years ago, I got a dog out of the jungle. A real dog, not a man, created breeding dog, a real dog. And I bring this up because there are people out there who are unsung heroes, who are actually doing incredible work, saving dogs, lots of dogs, and they don't have anywhere near the resources. Larry's a retired federal employee. He's got a good pension. He's making shitloads of money from you people who are paying him for seminars, for board and trains, showing up. All of this stuff. His wife works. I bet he's got investments also. He is not struggling. But you people want to give him money instead of helping other dogs. And here's the reason. This is what it's about. This video is about you duplicitous, sycophantic, attention-seeking people. You want to say, look, Larry, hey, Larry, look at me, it's awful. Oh, I'm going to help you, Larry, let me help you. You don't give a shit about dogs. You're not helping the people. And I can mention lots of people's names. There are people in Thailand that I know, several people that run rescues. They don't even have money, and they've got 40, 50 dogs that they care for, that they save. Actually save and do things for. Yeah. Where are you? Are you any of you people helping them? No, because you don't give a shit about the dogs. You give a shit about being known vicariously through proxy by look, Larry, let me hero worship you. Let me hero worship you. You're my idol. Oh, please pay attention to me. And they write self-aggrandizing ego posts to be noticed. This is actual narcissism. People use that word too much now. They've diminished it. They don't really know what it means, but this is narcissism. To want to be known because Larry is known. So you want to be somehow attached to Larry. Look, Larry, I helped Larry. I'm part of the herd movement, as Nietzsche would say. You all want to jump on board. Oh, we're going to help pay for Larry's dog. Although Larry's got loads of money compared to the people in the third world who are saving 30, 40 dogs. Larry, are you paying anybody to help dogs in Thailand, the Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam? How about Romania, Morocco? Huh? How about Costa Rica? How about Panama? How about Mexico? How about any of these places? I bet you're not doing jack shit for any of them. How many dogs have you saved out of the pound? None. Zero. And what about the people who are, oh, let me give you $50, $100, Larry. Let me give you. What are you donating? What have you done? Not jack shit. Not jack shit. And this is also calling it, Larry, I know you don't want to mention my name because you can't do what I can do. I am far better trainer than you are. You can't do it. And all these people want to run their mouths about me. Step up. Not a one of you can do the Jedi Dog Master challenge. Not a fucking one of you. No, you can't do it. That autistic 110-pound American bulldog with no tail that can switch limp, none of you will ever be able to train that. That dog would be dead if it weren't for me. I had that dog at the veterinary office to get his rabies shot just the other day. And this vet freaked out. Because it's not about, they've never been around an autistic dog. They don't have the experience I do. They don't know anything. And it's not a digression. It's a fact that this dog would be dead without me. Is it easy? No. Is it easy at all? No. But I've done with that dog, and I have done things that no one else will ever do. And I haven't seen a legitimate quarter-mile sit-stay recall other than the matriarch, who has also worked with 8 dogs at the same time, all rescue shelter dogs, not cherry-picked. You can't do it, Larry. You can't do that. And the people who are gravitating towards you like, oh, look at Larry. Oh, Larry, Larry's kissing ass to Fabian, whose book sucks. I can prove he's wrong in that book, Back to Basics. That is one of the worst dog books ever written. And then, of course, now he's kissing up to Ivan. He's kissing up to Marco. Again, they stay away from Mario. The top guy in the world. They stay away from him. The point being is it's hero worship. These people don't care about dogs. They care about being known via proxy. They can't accomplish anything on their own. They can't become anybody on their own. They're not going to run a 4-minute mile. They're not going to be an astronaut. They're not going to be the Chuck Yeager and break the sound barrier for the first time. They're not going to be a world champion fighter. They're not going to go to the Olympics. They're not going to do any of that. So these people who want to say they help dogs because they're helping Larry's dog don't give a shit. If you did, you'd be out there. You'd be supporting shelters and rescues around the world. You'd have dogs from the shelter and rescue. And you'd be looking at people, trainers, who actually work with the hard case dogs, not just the cherry pick elite dogs, which I do all of it. I've done it all. Yeah, since 1974. I know Larry can't compete with any of that. None of them can. That's why they won't mention my name. That's why they stay the hell away from me. And that's why if you run your mouth about me, step up, Junior, because remember something else. I was a #1 world contender in kickboxing, light heavyweight. #1, something none of you will ever be able to do. And I'm saying this to these people who are not helping dogs. It's about helping the dogs, the real dogs, helping many dogs, not just one. What in the hell is IGP going to do for normal dogs? It's a contrived, stylistic bunch of crap at this point. It has nothing to do with pet dogs. What Larry says, I am helping pet dog owners. I'm curing problems. I'm doing this and that. Really? Why are you doing IGP? How does that help? Huh? Is it because you're a poser who doesn't have real high skills? You've never done movies, never done commercials. Have you had a sled dog, an Iditarod or a Yukon? Have you competed in that? Have you done anti-poaching dogs? Have you trained that? Have you even trained a search and rescue dog? Have you done any of that stuff, Larry? No, you haven't. You can't. You don't know how. You don't know how. So trying to ride along with other people and be dragged into IGP and getting an IGP1, which was what he's going to do, mark my words, he's not going to keep that dog, Dante. He's not going to keep that dog once that leg is amputated. Mark my words.